Yeah, just just too many mistakes. Turnovers hurt us. We just they put us in really bad situations, and turnovers turned into points for them, and you just can't do that. And disappointed, just the way the game finished. I'm disappointed for the seniors. There's a group of guys that I can't tell you enough about how proud I am and what they've meant to this program, and just the resilience they've shown through all the tough times they've been through. And it's just hate for them to have to finish on this note. But I told them inside the locker room that one game does not signify who you are and what you've done for this program. And they've made a huge impact and a huge footprint for Dartmouth football.
Could you assess the defense's performance, force some turnovers, but allowed 28 points? Just overall, what do you see?
Yeah, I mean, I think a big first series there, a big interception, that was huge. And then Nike having an interception there also. But we got to capitalize that offensively. And we get those opportunities, we got to score, which we did on the first one. And but no, I thought, there's a couple series there in the first half, they going into halftime tied. But I really thought they buckled down in the second half and got some 3-and-outs and got their offense off the field and gave our offense opportunity to go down there and score.
And then you talked about Nike. You talk about his game, second week in a row, come up big.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting better and better. He's becoming more confident, and he made some big plays for us out there. And he's a hard worker, and he deserves all the success he's having. And he's the type of guy that'll continue to work hard.
Talk a little bit about their game and the game they got from their quarterback today.
Yeah, he played well. He did a good job. He's a good quarterback. I mean, going in the game, he's a good quarterback. And we didn't get enough pressure on him early on in the game. There, he had some time to sit back there and throw it around. And but no, he did it. He did a good job, and he did a good job getting out to his skill guys. And they did a good job of getting us in space a little bit there and making some big plays.
They're a better team than their record shows.
Oh gosh, yeah. No, there's no doubt. I mean, they played well defensively too. That's the thing. Everybody wants to talk about their offense. Their defense came to play today. They played with a lot of energy. They played hard. They played confident, and they did a good job of coming after us.
They also played like a team with nothing to lose, going forth and short a few times.
Yeah.
Makes for a dangerous opponent.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. I mean, because they get the extra down. And that's who they are. You knew that going into the game. They're gonna go for it. And yeah, that's who they are.
A little bit more about their run defense. They've not been a terrific defensive team in the past, but as hard as they played today.
Yeah, they played hard. They really did. They played hard, and I knew that going into the game. They were a different defense they've been in the past. They play fast, they play hard, they play aggressive, and that showed today.
You score at the end of the first half, you're getting the ball to start the second, you go 3-and-out twice in a row. Talk a little bit about what you were thinking at the half and what happened going 3-and-out twice in a row.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it. We just punch that in before the half, then we get the ball back. We feel pretty good about, hey, let's go down there and let's score again. But that's the last thing you want to do is go 3-and-out. Our defense did a good job of bowing up as well, and giving the ball right back to our offense. But yeah, we got to capitalize. We got to score. We got to score points. You're going to play a team like that. You got to score points.
Senior, it's a tough way to end, but let's just talk about your 4 years, the 4 years with the program here.
Yeah. This has been the best 4 years of my life. These guys that I've played with, throughout my 4 years, especially my class, these are my brothers for life. This program has changed my life forever. I'm forever in debt to, Coach Stevens, Coach McCorkle, and the rest of the coaching staff, and everyone that's been a part of this last 4 years. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
A little bit about this game. Disappointing to have maybe one of your best games on a day when it doesn't turn out.
Yeah, that's just how life goes. Stuff happens. A lot of plays are left out there. Credit to them. They made plays when they needed to, and we didn't. So yeah.
Turnovers today. What can you say about? You guys played hard, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, one of the things we talk about is winning the turnover battle. Unfortunately, it didn't happen today. That's football. Still had a lot of opportunities to capitalize off of their turnovers, and the defense put us in positions to, get the ball back and make stops when we gave them the ball. But the goal of every game is to win over the turnover battle, and we didn't do that today.
What were you thinking at halftime? It's a tie. It's a brand new game.
Yeah, we were confident. They came out hot their senior day. I felt we started a little slow. After the interception and touchdown, we kind of, I wouldn't say we took the foot off the gas, but I think we we're a little too calm. But you know, we love that. You know, adversity, it's what we've been through. That's been the story of our 4 years here. So we came out confident, came out fire, and ready to win the football game.
How sure were you in the last couple of minutes that you guys were going to pull this one off?
Yeah, I'm forever confident in you know, the coaches, our staff, you know, our players. You know, I'm always confident. I've been through, you know, many games where we've been down and backs against the wall and come back and win. So I had the utmost faith in our, you know, in our staff and players.
And how about the future of the program? A lot of young guys playing.
Yeah. You know, a lot of guys stepped up when they needed to. You know, proud of them. You know, this program is in very good hands. A lot of guys coming back next year and going to get their full shot to show what they can do, and excited for them to get their opportunity.
So, just what were your thoughts on you and the defensive performance today? What challenges did Brown present to you guys offensively?
I mean, you know, we just got an early start. Just came out fast, I feel like. You know, we had to stop earlier in the game. And then, you know, as the game went on, I feel like, you know, we kept battling. You know, we left it all out on the field out there. You know, we had multiple effort, great effort from the D-line to secondary to the linebackers, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a good, all valiant effort from everybody on the defense as a whole.
Talk a little bit about your career here and what you guys have done as a class.
I mean, this class has been through a lot, you know, death of Coach T, death of another teammate as well, you know. We've been through a lot of adversity, you know what I'm saying, but we've used that to fuel ourselves, you know. We raised the standard here, you know, we held the standard, we hold that to our hearts, near and dear to our hearts. Everybody knows that whenever you come out here, it's an honor and a privilege to the guys who wore the jersey before you and the guy who's going to wear it after you, you know. So you better, each and every snap, go out there and leave it all out on the field. And to the rest of the seniors and to the rest of this class as a whole, we've done great things. We got great guys here, from their personalities just to what they're going to do going forward. And I mean, they're just a great group of guys and my brothers for life, and they can call on me whenever, and I know I can call on them and vice versa.
Tough question. How disappointing is it to finish this way?
I mean, it's very disappointing, you know, especially as seniors, you know, everybody's crying and sulking and everything like that, but, you know, we just got to take it on the chin, you know, and just walk out of here with our heads up and chest high, chest out. So that's how it is, and that's how it's going to go, but, you know, we can't change the outcome. Wish we could have did some things better, made more plays out there, but, you know, this is the reality and this is the life that we got to live with it.
I do want to ask you about a couple of their players, their quarterback and also Childs, their running back, two tough guys.
I mean, yeah, they ran the ball extremely well, you know. Quarterback, he made some good reads out there, and the running back, I know they did their good due diligence up there with the pin and pull action and just getting downhill or getting outside, and they just they did good about that.
Yeah, Miles, you led the team in rushing today, obviously a homecoming game. Despite the loss for you, what were your thoughts on what you were able to do today and just, I guess, your first year as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot to take away from this year. A lot of good things, a lot of bad things, but I wish we could have gotten the dub today as a team. But I think there's some good things that you can take away from this game and bring it into next year. And, you know, like the seniors set a really good standard for us as the young guys, so we got to step up next year and make sure we do better.
You kind of touched on this, but the next question was just, are you hopeful a performance like this will give you some momentum now as you move into your sophomore, junior, and senior year?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, as much experience helps me in my career, but I was really just out there focused on today and like competing with my guys, you know what I mean? And like DJ's done a really good job, and Dez, the seniors, just like showing me the way, knowing how to prepare and be ready each week, you know, regardless of what happens. So, you know, I think it was just focusing on today, knowing that regardless of what happens, like, I got a couple more years in front of me, but just playing for my seniors today was like really important.